Those two little girls, by the way, they're way better off without that man. They didn't need that man's influence, and he was doing nothing to protect him. And hey, at least now his wife has at least a shot in hell of being sexually satisfied.
Never in my life have I wanted to hit a woman.
At some point.
Okay, you see, you can tell this is not like a joke or all people are like to no. I want you to listen, and you see, because sometimes it's a bit bothersome that some of you just take up something. You've not listened to the people that are propagating these ideas you're following, and these two titles you read everywhere and believe. So now, karibu to Albuasima. Now, 2 days ago, the American, should I say, right-wing social media political commentator was gunned down, assassinated over there in Utah. What has transpired since then was interesting, and I felt something I had to talk to you because you've heard me rail a lot about this ideology that has been used primarily in the film and other industries to try and institute this progressivism and everything and all this ideology, identity, blah, blah. It is tied very close with this because he is an ideological opponent to those ideas, as I am. Now, the people that keep talking about the empathy, how good they are, how they really care for the small people, blah, blah, predictably, came out celebrating his demise. Because it's predictable, because I've seen it before when the orange man Donald Trump was there was an attempted assassination. They was very celebratory. I find that weird because of how it is done. Now I'm going to, as we watch this video, it's a very long video, but I'm not going to watch all of it. I'm going to leave down the link as usual. This is Conservative Vibes. He's a comedian. Yes, these days conservative comedians are the people, or at least conservative-leaning comedians are the funny ones, not the woke ones. Anyway, now, how they have responded, and this is kind of a preamble to all this, is first they assign you some evils. You are this, you are a misogynist, you are this. So this made up crimes, of society that woke people. They assign you some phobia, transphobia, homophobia, Islamophobia, phobia. And then of course, the normal ones, misogyny, hates women, all those things, the normal buzzwords that have been used by this movement to try and shut down conversations, because that's what it really is. And in this particular case, I've seen so many people actually celebrate, not just in these people. They right here, like on social media, on my socials. There are so many Africans who celebrate it like you can tell these people just consume all the information from mainstream media. So they're very ignorant, very stupid also. And also it shows that they don't really care about these things they talk about. They really care that you follow their edicts, that what they presume or what they've been propagandized into believing. That's what they want you to follow. Otherwise, they feel that it's justified that violence is visited upon you. That is really the bottom line. So they vilify you. It has happened everywhere. And if you look at everywhere in the world where this thing of you first vilify someone, make them look like animals, call them the worst things, Nazis, racists, what. You create the image that that's the case, while the same people that are creating that image are the ones actually exercising that thing they're talking about being Nazis and being authoritarian and whatnot and dictatorship. They're the ones who are doing that. Now, let's watch. I know this was going to be a bit of a... For me, I had to take a couple of days to watch and listen and see what people are thinking. And I've had to disentangle myself from many associations I've had from this year because I've seen it too much. And it's not just abroad, online, or what. It's here in Kenya, it's everywhere because this ideology has been spread like a virus across the world. And it's creating this really dishonest, narcissistic people who've not even questioned the ideas they've imbibed from TikTok. Even imagine being propagandized by TikTok videos. Pathetic. Anyway, let's continue. Subscribe to there.
Those two little girls, by the way, they're way better off without that man. They didn't need that man's influence, and he was doing nothing to protect him. And hey, at least now his wife has at least a shot in hell of being sexually satisfied
Never in my life have I wanted to hit a woman.
at some point.
Okay, you see, you can tell this is not like a joke or all people are like to no. I want you to listen, and you see, because sometimes it's a bit bothersome that some of you just take up something. You've not listened to the people that are propagating these ideas you're following, and these two titles you read everywhere and believe. Because there is a proliferation of a lot of propaganda on social media. That's a fact. Anyway, it's always been there on mainstream media. I'm just saying, so many of you fall easily. Like you've not what this person has said. No, it's not like he has been shot, he's been killed, but no. At least those two, like they're happy that the kids have no father anymore, and the wife's husband. They don't even know what the relation looked fantastic. At least online, I'm not going to say, but it looked that way. So other than that, she doesn't know what exactly was in there, but she's making the assumption because they are hateful people. They don't want you to be to make something great. They don't want you to be self-sufficient. They need you to be needed by they need you to need them. That's that thing of the activism everywhere. And we are trying to save people. Yeah, that's the mentality. They want you to need them. And when people do their things and their own ideology, they can't stand it. Why are you not following us? Narcissists, the ones they like using, it's them. Projection.
In her life. So she's got that to look forward to,
It's tragic. His wife and children were there at the event with him. While conservatives are mourning the death of Charlie Kirk, sick and twisted liberals are celebrating.
Breaking news, Charlie Kirk was in the neck. And again, if you're one of those, no matter what happens, you should never wish death on someone. I'm going to cheer and dance and sing.
And that's the embodiment of just straight evil. Someone just
that is meant to be the wokeness, progressivism. We are continuing forward by celebrating murder because somebody hurt your feelings. You are not going to leave this down. I'm telling you, any of you people that are just posting things here like stupid people, mafala, mejai dunia, like you guys, you don't understand just how little you know about the world. That you think just getting something viral or semi-viral or trying to be edgy for the sake of being edgy, just that, like the importance of just even saying just the truth, just no more truth. Like it's been lost totally because everybody wants to act like they know. They won't bother. The moment you question somebody's idea or something they said, you become the enemy. Because your ideas are weak. You can't defend them. So you rather act out so that you can stop the questioning. You want obedience and you are mediocre. You don't have good ideas. People who have good ideas and who do great things don't have to force you to follow them or buy what they're selling. You buy it because it's useful and it works. But you want to bring this other pseudo idea. So I'm a victim forever because my ancestors, these white people. Well, everything you're making, all the taxes you're collecting are being paid off these losers all over the place, expatriating the money, buying big cars, useless cars. They have several, but they'll add another one because they're leading buffoons who will vote them back in. Talking nonsense everywhere. They're just spewing nonsense everywhere. You can try to be funny. You can do other things. But too many, every madman now has a smartphone. So if you have to hear every idiot's opinion. Fine, I'm actually fine with that. But couldn't you make the slightest of effort to make your opinion worthwhile? We are grown-ups here, but you guys behave like children, throwing tantrums everywhere, rejoicing at things because you heard something on the internet or news.
Lost their son, lost their husband, lost their dad. You're here talking about, oh, I'm jumping for joy. You're evil. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. And killing somebody just for talking is wrong.
The left will say, oh, but you cheered when Osama bin Laden was killed. We didn't kill bin Laden because he disagreed with us or had a political ideology. He directly caused the deaths of thousands of Americans.
Yeah, and the excuses they're trying to use parallels that don't work is because these people's logic is so flawed. And because they're so arrogant and they think they know everything, they cannot be questioned. And that's the position we find ourselves worldwide. Like we had worldwide online censorship because of these people. It has toned down significantly because it's not a good product to keep on censoring people, especially when the censorship is one-sided and it's just arbitrary because there's a certain group of people who have a certain ideological dispensation that must have their way, and they're working there in the back office in Facebook or whatever. I have tested Facebook's algorithm. They've actually lessened it a lot. They used to ban me quite a lot because I don't like to check my words. Like, yeah, let me just say it the way it is and let the cards fall where they may. But these days have gone a bit harder just to see, because a lot of this is just test. Because, we can't waste a lot of time on our platforms that don't give us mileage at all, because we are doing business also at the same time. We are sharing ideas and doing business at the same time. That's how we sustain these things. But Facebook has stayed strong. X, of course, led because they opened for everyone to talk, and woke people went mad. Oh, the fascists, they're letting fascists talk. They call everyone fascist. I don't care. Personally, I don't care. You can call me anything you want. Because if it's true, then I'm like, okay, fine. If it's not, then I don't care. Whichever the case, but I'm not uncomfortable with either position. Because I'm willing to face it. I'm not willing to double down on bullshit because it might make me look bad. It doesn't even make you look bad when you accept that you are wrong. Or if you don't know something. But everybody wants to, the Charlie Kirk is a racist. Like, you guys are some of the stupidest people I've ever met. I can't lie. A lot of you guys are posting about this guy online. You don't know anything. But you're posting it because you saw it posted somewhere else. You actually are using almost the same language. Anyway.
Thousands of innocent people. I have yet to see a single person physically harmed by Charlie Kirk and his speech. But the left likes to fight words with bullets. Pray for our country. Pray for these teens and kids here today. They will forever be scared of what we all saw and went through today.
This is the thing. There's a lot of people also talking about this pray for. I'm not religious. It's neither here or there, but I'm not against it either. If that's how they find their kind of absolute, how do you say it? They reconcile the events that are happening. If that's the way people go about it, fine. I can't hold people against there's some beliefs I hold people against because they're dumb, but there are also many that are not. And I've seen people who say they're not religious who spew some of the stupidest things on the planet. Actually, this woke movement, a lot of atheists in the West are woke. So you can see for yourself.
Yeah, there were at least 100 kids there. Young kids too. Some of them just a few feet from Charlie. That's not something as a parent you expected to expose your child to that day. This piece of shit right here cheered.
The guy is like the guy was shot right here and right here, and the guy is here. Okay, this is what I want people to see, because when you hear me talk about I have zero tolerance for wokeness and these leftist progressive ideas, it's because I understand deep down it's not about my benefit or try to uplift me. No. It's a political Trojan horse to insert some of the most insidious ideas to give as much power as possible to the corrupt people that run the world these days. They're not the people that created this world. They're just the descendants of those. And A few of those that have come up also have gotten wealth through insidious ways of taking advantage of people, stifling growth all over the world. So and this thing is more connected than you think. But this person now, these are the woke people we are supposed to say, oh, I should really, if you disagree with this person and you're in the same ideology, wouldn't he celebrate you being taken out? Just like this. Because it doesn't mean that you have to do something to them. You just have to disagree with them one. So it's total agreement or none.
And
Please forgive me, there's some
celebrated
noise as usual.
moments after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. The FBI needs to investigate this guy. Didn't duck and cover, stood up and waved his hands around like a jackass. I present to you the party of love and tolerance.
Yo, they got Charlie Kirk, bro. I've never been happier.
Never believe the reason I'm smiling. And it has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. Nothing to do with Charlie Kirk.
September, always a dead giveaway that you're about to hear some very stupid, mediocre person speak.
You know, there's
And if you notice, they all look like losers. All of them, like all we've seen here, oh, gleeful. They're all these type losers, total losers. They live in the greatest country in the world. But they spend their time getting worked up about stupid shit that they've learned in some college there by some stupid professor. Because I've heard these professors speak and I'm like, actually, most people are just better, like if you want to be a doctor, an architect, engineer, go to college. If you want to do human resource, don't go to college. Economics. It's bullshit. You're wasting all that money that you're going to spend in college. Take it, you and your parents and the internet get together and find something better to do with that money. I'm telling you now, because like in the West, when a lot of Africans go to these colleges to here, you need some social studies, gender studies, I don't know what studies. If it ends in studies, it's useless. Now, these people, they all look like this. You can tell it's not somebody that you want to be. Okay, we've seen our hoes follow, September is our hoes and these activist types that are receiving money from NGOs to push feminism. Yeah, these are the people who are like this. They're all the same. Can't think. They all just follow the mantra because they're following either they are sheep or they're making money from it from their activism. So whichever the case, they all act stupid the same way.
special place in hell for these people. Real special.
Look,
I would say pour one out for Kirky Boy, but I don't waste good beer on little bitches.
I haven't posted on TikTok in a long time.
This is a game.
But I'm gonna now because rest in peace, Bozo.
Charlie Kirk just got put down like a fucking dog in Utah.
Look at them.
I could not be happier. Praise fucking be.
I do not, and I will not ever feel bad
Look
when
at
bad
them.
people get what the fuck
Like,
they do.
this is, and you see, they were given such a leeway to act like lunatics and push this ideology because they are useful idiots. They are political pawns that can be used, to shut people down. Oh, misogyny. Oh, this and that. Whatever. If you want to push some big pharma thing, wants to push some therapies, some therapeutics for insane people, they just find someone and say, oh, that thing actually is very bad. And they come up with fake stats about how the thing is so bad. So these are the people that fall for that. They forget on the meds. These are just medicated idiots. Drones that can't think for themselves.
Deserve.
Charlie Kirk got shot?
Gay.
That's awful.
Gay.
That's
Of course
so
it's gay.
sad.
And you see, they're all this, or if they're men, they're gay. Like, what is going on? Basically, you can see the stereotype. Stereotypes are earned, my friend.
I just heard that someone shot Charlie Kirk. Dang it. Ah, shucks.
They think they're so cool, like, oh,
Thoughts
I'm
and
so
prayers.
funny and
These
and
videos
edgy.
should piss you off. If you're a good, decent person who has any kind of faith in
Yeah.
humanity, these videos should piss you off.
Charlie Kirk died? Oh my god. Yep. I think I'm gonna have chicken tenders for dinner. What are you?
Gay.
Wow, you don't care at all? Why would I? He was a human being. Being an organized assembly of flesh and organs doesn't mean you deserve mourning.
It's like the abortion argument. You're just a clump of cells. Yep. Every living being.
Does this, what this idiot is saying, does it make any sense to you? This gay over here. Does it make sense to you? Or the response that he's trying to argue with?
Is
he was a father. Yeah, and I do feel for his kids that don't understand why their dad's not coming home, but their father wasn't really a good person.
Yep, he argued with the left.
You see, they vilify you so that it's easier for them to, there's a word I'm looking for, to argue for violence against you. They make you a villain fast. Truthfully or wrongly, they will do it. They will accuse you of all things that they are not in jail for or anywhere. But see, you'll hear, he was a horrible person. Why? Misogyny, trans rights. You wait and see.
He deserved it.
He's entitled to his opinions. Yes, he is. But touring the country and sharing hateful rhetoric regarding groups like transgender or people of color.
People of color. So this is us, people of color. These fucking leftist whites in the West. They think they are our saviors. Oh, I'm a person of color, but whitey come save me. Save me, you gay whitey. Fucking self-absorbed losers.
Color? That's dangerous. You should be ashamed. Well, I think it's worth it to have some gun deaths so we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other rights.
Okay, they're using...
These are the arguments. So you'll listen to the full context, because a lot of you are using them and they just keep on looking stupid and just regurgitating. You say, you're just doing it. You don't bother. And that's why it's not very difficult to actually not. It's because a lot of content creators want to create content that is pandering to a certain group of people. For me, my entire purpose of this was to be as honest as possible on whatever it is that I'm speaking about. I will not say things just to please people. I'll say things because I think they're true. I hope people can distinguish that. Yeah, so this is what you receive here is that it might not be the best thing. I know people disagree. That's part of life. But I'm not going to become dishonest and act in front of you just because. It might hurt your feelings.
This quote a ton from Charlie, that it's worth it to have some gun deaths to protect Second Amendment rights. That's not permission to go.
It's the same argument you might use, say, most favorably, vaccines. Aren't there people that are injured by vaccines a lot? Yeah, then there are people that will die from vaccines. So should we get rid of vaccines? I mean, because a lot of people are not able to make these analogies. Because just think, yeah, what he had said was, yes, we have this gun law, like right to bear arms. They have it. And that's it. The law is like that, and they have given their justifications for it, and these other people are making justification for it. It doesn't mean they want to be shot if they want to own guns. Who argues like that? That they should be shot because they want... Should you die from a vaccine injury because you want vaccines present in your regiment for any number of ailments? Should you? Make coherent arguments, people, even in your head before you type around like a buffoon.
Don't shoot him in the throat. We don't want gun deaths. But what will happen if we ban guns, like we banned drugs? And how well did that work out for us?
The thing is, some things when they are banned, the incidence is reduced because there's more enforcement. But generally speaking, when something is not, people just don't feel like following, it just doesn't work. We know that. That's why most police forces around the world, they don't just do things like drugs. They just make them legal and put up places where people do that. Then it also doesn't work all the time like that. So the human condition is like you test some things, they don't work, you change, you test some other things, because that's how you build better societies. But with all these people who've decided in this the year that we live, they know everything about life and what, and they've decided that the ideology they have is enough, sufficient, never to be questioned. No. Totally fire burn.
The drugs are off the street because we said we shouldn't have them anymore.
That's horrible. Who would say such? Those are his words. Well, were his words. I know. So no, I'm not sad. I can't stand empathy. He said that too.
There's the other quote
That's okay. Now you listen to the full context.
they're using from him. Let's read the full quote and what he actually said. I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think empathy is a made-up New Age term, and it does a lot of damage.
The thing is, it's overused. It's not a New Age term. I think it's overused because it's a control mechanism. Or have empathy when those people are using that a lot. Have no empathy for anyone else except somebody who agrees with them totally, and even them sometimes no.
I much prefer the word compassion, and I much prefer the word sympathy.
Like he's just trying to find better wording for what he thinks should be. So that's what that gay fucker was trying to distort. Yes? Like, do you now see the importance of always having to check full context? When you see these two little 30-second clips or 10-second clips of someone, like you can't be that dumb that every time you fall for it. You have to do better. You have to dig deeper, man.
Empathy is where you try to feel someone's pain and sorrows as if they're your own. Compassion allows for understanding.
Between Charlie Kirk getting killed on live television and that girl losing her life on the way home from work in Charlotte, just makes a man think that no longer should we be accepting these things that we cannot change. Instead, we need to be changing these things that we cannot accept.
You see, people are being radicalized. And you see these idiots that do these things, that push these ideologies, that laugh and celebrate. Do you think those people are just watching like, oh, okay, fine, yeah, we'll just go hide? Do you really think that's what's going to happen? They're the ones who have most of the gun. Like, how stupid are these leftists? How fucking stupid are you? No, you're not. You're just childish, immoral morons. That's what you are. You're not. You cannot be given responsibilities anymore. You will destroy this world. You're too corrupt. You're too arrogant in your corruption. You're too ignorant. You don't know much, but you claim the top of the hill when it comes to knowledge. No. People are just not going to step back and just accept as you try and guilt and shame people into trying to have your way as you're destroying everything around you. Absolutely not. It's not going to happen. It's already, the fight back is on. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. These days, the information travels like this. We all know it across the world, and we decide how we move. We act accordingly. Whichever way you decide that means, we act accordingly from now on. In fact, for me, I'd started it some while back, but more and more people are like, enough of this nonsense.
Not only have they poked the proverbial bear, they've poked a grizzly bear that's fully armed.
The amount of people rejoicing in comment sections right now about the death of Charlie Kirk absolutely sickens me. And pardon my French, but it is fucked up.
I usually censor the F word in my videos as best I can. I'm not going to do it for this one. First of all, it's too many. Second of all, it's just raw emotion.
Just because you don't agree with somebody's beliefs, you're happy that they're dead. You know, the guy was a husband, a father. He was a friend to a lot of people. And you're just going to make jokes about it, laughing emojis, that kind of stuff. It's sick. It's absolutely disgusting. Maybe that's just the difference from the left to the right. Like, if I had to compare.
The thing is, it's become more pronounced with them. Of course, everybody else, every now and then, there's someone you don't like when they pass away. It's like, good riddance. Personally, it would come to people who've killed people. For me, that's the kind of the threshold where kill for kill. I'm not one of those guys. If you kill someone, you should also be dead. That's just the way it is. What? That's the ultimate thing. You've just taken out the entire person's life. You should also just lose yours. That's where I stand with most of these things. But, like, the way we argue the morality of things is not based on purely our feelings. We have to be objective about the circumstances. If somebody says something you don't like, do you seriously going to watch this video and tell me that it's within your rights to kill them because they said things you don't like? That now you have to start layering things like they've caused death in the community by their ideas. How? You're just trying to vilify someone so you can have your way. So that your feelings, like the fact that you don't want your feelings or somebody to disagree with you anymore, so you'd rather they're taken out. You are the bottom feeders of society and you will not succeed. I'm telling you now. There's too much information. We've seen your ways. We've seen your manipulations. We've seen what you want to do eventually. We've seen how far you like to take it. We've seen it, of course, before, from the Nazis to the Stalins and the Maos. We've seen how far such ideas are willing to go to have their way. So it's not going to be taken lightly. Oh, no. We see you. We see you now. We see you now. We will disengage and we do things our ways. I am not going to engage with this thing anymore. Personally, in terms of like going to try to do business with someone. No. Just stay there with your ideology. You eat your NGO money. You do your thing. We will work with the audience and try and get them good products. Oh my goodness. Because I have seen, forget this like now, the ultimate. They would make sure they destroy your business. They'll make sure you don't get opportunities. They will do all those things. They will accuse you of all sorts of things just so that because you don't follow. That's happening with NGOs here. You saw when we had our Gen Z protests, riots, whatever you want to call them. You saw how people wanted ideological conformity. You must follow this. Nah, you guys are the ones that voted for Ruto and put him in power. You're not going to tell me what to do. No. Your tantrums mean nothing. You're like these people. You do something, and then once you've realized how evil the thing you did was or how wrong it was, you want everybody else to follow you again as you throw tantrums about how you didn't get what you voted for. It's the same mentality, and we are not dealing with it because it's become a poison worldwide. Stifling growth. While they're saying they want to help people grow, they're stifling growth because they've layered things so much because they want you to conform before they give you a muzzle. And they are not right most of the time. They are pretending most of the time. They are liars and they are corrupt most of the time. Just pretending with words. Words are nothing, my friend. We want to see what you do, and we are seeing what you're doing now. Celebrating people being shot because they disagree with you. We see you now.
Parrot, I would say the climate change activist Greta Thunberg. If I found out that she was murdered, I would feel super sad for her family, her friends, for herself. I would be sick that that person would probably have similar beliefs as me. If that person...
The people who think that doing that will solve the problem are immature people who've never lived any life, who've never read any book, who don't know anything. They're just emotional buffoons and drones that are to be switched on and off according to how the people you listen to want. You're not thinking independently. You don't have an original thought to share. You're just an arrogant bastard who's just snarky, regurgitating other people's things. Just some sheep. That's all you are, really, you woke people. You're too arrogant for nothing. You don't build anything. Everywhere you go, you destroy. Because you're so stupid and you get those roles, because that's why you shout these things. You want to get the role without having to earn it, isn't it?
Took her life, I would feel shame for what I believe in. And I just don't feel like the left can feel shame. And
they can't.
It's just a really sad day in America, and thoughts and prayers go out to Charlie's family and his friends in this awful time.
Drop a comment down below. What if you found out someone like Destiny was assassinated? As a conservative and a human being, would you actually rejoice? Would you celebrate?
It wouldn't be a conservative thing. It would just be a human thing to do, except for very few people that have killed people. As I was telling you, for me, I feel nothing for people who take other people. That's as far as I'm willing to give people a long rope, to do a lot of stupid shit, because that's how we live, because a lot of us do stupid shit, and every time we do something stupid, if you are to be taken out, you know what that means. So people are having it a difficult time trying to be moral because you guys have already perjured yourself. You lie a lot and you pretend. So you can't be truthful. Whatever you follow and you look at and say becomes dishonesty, and you're always trying to be in front of the lie you told before. Then you become angry and arrogant when now you realize your ideas don't work, whatever you believed was wrong. Then you become violent because now you have to either change your mind and take the little shame for being stupid, because that's everybody, or double down so that now everybody else must bow down to your stupidity and your lies and your misinformation.
The death of someone just because they disagreed with you politically?
And now I'm not.
Yeah, it's all, and you see, look at them. They all look the same.
Immigration, customs, and enforcement. Hey, don't touch it.
Charlie went from these small tables.
When you look at all these things he was doing, these events, this was always these woke people being violent. Always, 100% of the time. While claiming that the good people, the empathy, the people full of empathy and caring for the small man. Or is it a small they, them? Idiots.
Liberal college campuses to these massive events. There were 3,000 people there, at least 6 security guards in his own private detail. He was satired by South Park. Charlie was the top of the pile. He was the face of the conservative movement, especially for youth, for young college kids. And that's why he was taken out. It wasn't because he was wrong, it's because he was so right. A leftist drove through a Charlie Kirk vigil shouting, "F Charlie Kirk." The crowd was not having it. He was taken to the ground by a group of right-wing men, and chants of USA broke out en masse.
Telling you they've lit the fire. A lot of people have been radicalized by that event. You see, a lot of leftists are very weak physically, but they became so arrogant and over the top because they had the law on their side. All the cops would come and they'll shut down the rest and leave them.
I don't condone meeting violence with violence. I just like to see who threw the first punch. At this point, who is the voice of the left? Is it Destiny? Is it this kid?
But they have this weird, all these kids, these guys, they have like the Democrat so-called influencers. The men are all like fruity men. Like they're all gay, like weird, or they, them, what, like it's just a weird. And then the women, then they had this overweight, obese woman who was like, oh, she's the one who's going to be there. She was given millions to go and try and find and try and attract men back to the Democrat Party. That's a thing, but these are the guys they're putting in front of people. Little soy effeminate boys who always crying about, oh, you know, women empowerment. You know, man, misogyny. They're just like a female version. Like, just, like, okay, you can see it, so it has worked me up.
The faces of the leftist movement don't have the balls, figuratively and literally, to do what Charlie did. They don't have the courage to go and debate people publicly at an open forum.
Yeah.
I am heartbroken, I am devastated, and I am livid. What they want is for us to have fear and to go hide because of things like this. And maybe in some ways, I don't know, maybe we should. We have to do things differently, certainly.
You can do things differently, but you can't succumb. You know, when somebody is instituting violence to shut you up, the only way you stop that is that you don't capitulate and you make sure that the next time they try, they pay the ultimate price. That's how it's done. Yeah, you don't bow at all. If somebody wants to be violent, my friend, my friend, there's very few people have a monopoly on violence. Like, you know, MMA fighters, highly trained, you know, the army, the police, very few. What are they, my friend? Don't let any people, you see, I've seen also, you know, remember Gen Z, what you guys are trying to do, oh, you're trying to be violent. We know. Cowards usually aggregate and try to attack you. Until now, they are facing you mano a mano. Yes, make sure that people remember that just because you're deciding that you're going to have a conversation doesn't mean that you don't have the capacity to be extremely violent. Some of you don't have no idea. You have no idea. You think because you talk a lot in the hood, you have no idea what violence is until it's meted against you. You have no idea. Just because sometimes an ideology might hold on and then you have this crowd mentality, it doesn't take long for a stupid idea to crumble. Because within yourselves already, you guys are, because you're dishonest, you're trying to get your NGO money here. So you'll fight amongst each other. But try the violence and see. Because most of you who are whining about this guy, you're pencil necks. Can't do shit. Cowards.
But Charlie knew the risk. Every day, he had security detail with him. And sometimes nothing can protect us from evil.
Yeah.
I know this too, though. Charlie would not want us to go hide and to be quiet and to run away.
These guys have just created a matter. You really can't make this up. The level of stupidity that is involved in this decision. These decisions, several decisions by so many, they have no idea. They tried so hard for like 10 years to make, say, Trump look horrible. And he won twice. I suspect even 2021. I don't care. Maybe I'm Kenyan. I know elections are stolen. But there's no way. But anyway, you can argue whatever. But I'm telling you, he won twice. Because this idea is fucking stupid. And the people who push the idea don't realize that they are not popular. Just because you had the power of media and NGOs and the police and what to always lean on your side, put the thumb on the scale, just it breaks because the majority are not like you. And you're not special either. You're actually the bottom feeders of society.
From the evil, from the people that hate us, who happen to be the same people who preach about diversity of thought and tolerance.
They never preach about diversity of thought. They just say diversity. What they actually mean is these other things that mean nothing to your actual thought process or who you are as a person. Skin color, sexuality, maybe you're fat, maybe you're a midget. They pick those two fringe characterizations of humans. They never talk about diversity of thought. That's why they have this issue. Charlie Kirk had a different thinking from them.
Look, they kill him because they don't like his opinions.
No, they couldn't
And
win.
they don't like the fact that he was winning.
Yeah, that's
Charlie Kirk already won.
Yeah.
It is our loss and the world's loss today. But man, God's plan for Charlie, look what he did in 31 short years.
Just 31.
Thank you, Charlie Kirk, for everything.
You see, like, normally, Kitambo men used to start early. Like, by the time you're 30, like, family, what you've built your thing. And it's that. But by 31, really, in this day, and to be having a mass that, like, but these guys work hard. Ooh, they work hard. They push hard. It's work. And at 31, he did an impressive job. Actually, I think a lot of his power came from how many young men he was able to pull to Donald Trump's side. And I think partly that's why they took him out. He's too powerful, too even killed. I've not seen him lose his mind everywhere, behave like a lunatic like this. He's always just... He was made for the politics. He was going to kick their asses for years to come.
Up your life for us. And
the motivation's kind
Erica,
of such to make sense.
We have millions praying for you. I love you. We love you. And guess what? We're not going away. We're going to be here for Charlie.
No.
I got hundreds of comments on my video about Charlie Kirk yesterday, calling me a grifter, asking me where my video was about the children killed in Colorado. Why did I only care about a white conservative man dying and not innocent children? Obviously, we're heartbroken every time there's a school shooting. Right. But to a lot of us, we felt like we knew Charlie Kirk personally as a friend, even if we'd never met him before. I can't remember what actor said this, but he said, when you're a movie star, people pay to get a ticket and they go out of their house to a theater to see you. So you're seen with a certain elevated celebrity status. A YouTuber, a content creator, you watch them from your family room, on your phone, sometimes daily. You invite them into your home and you feel like they're one of your friends. I know my wife, she used to stay up till 1 or 2 in the morning just watching Charlie Kirk shorts on YouTube. It was almost a comforting way to fall asleep, to listen to some common sense before bed. So yes, his death was incredibly impactful. He had millions of followers who saw him as a friend, and he was the face of the younger conservative movement.
That's the thing with the online creators. They form the relationships with their viewers and fans because it's very organic. They've followed someone for years. They've seen him change, grow, or fall and come back. Like, they've seen it. So there's usually that kind of relationship that is created between the content creator and the fans and even other people. So it is what it is. I don't care that somebody has to react to everything, like, it's not possible. As long as they were also saying that he's just a white man and the kids in Colorado also white. So people are just acting emotive, like you're not even thinking, oh, by the way, did you check on the Colorado? Are there black kids? No, white. Okay, so what is the argument?
Chris Reagan gets the news that Charlie Kirk has died live on air.
So President Trump has just confirmed.
Oh my God, this can't be right. Are they like putting makeup then? Let me move on.
That Charlie Kirk has died following this event.
He had made too many.
Clearly an assassination attempt. I've known Charlie a long time. I remember the first time I met Charlie, I was struck by...
You see, the thing is, a lot of these people are codependent that they've also helped each other build businesses. They've also, they've done so many things together that because sometimes if, say, there's a YouTuber who just starts reacting to Charlie Kirk content, they'll grow very fast, get 100, 200, 300,000 subscribers. They would totally, just say, hey, Charlie Kirk gave me a career. It is what it is. Because even when you react to a lot of their content, they don't strike you, or so their content has propagated so far because of the model that they are using is we have to be the best in this thing, and then other people will do the rest. And because when you react to their content, because they are well thought through, the ideas are being fleshed out nicely, and then they start to show you the distinction between how they are thinking and how these woke people are thinking, and there's no argument anymore. Now the violence is there. They've lost the argument. They've lost the argument a long time ago.
How tall he was. I mean, he's just very tall. This big guy and just phenomenal right on camera. And I'm a good judge of talent, I'd say.
He was very talented.
And I said to my producers, we had him on camera long before I even met him in person. I said, make sure we get him back.
Anyway, I'll leave that video there. I'll pin the rest of it to the comment section. Now we need you can, because this is something that's evolving. They've shown the person. Let me show you the person that is supposed to have the person that's supposed to have done the deed. There's the person, let me share the person who they believe is the person who did it. So there's a lot of people who are losing their jobs over this thing. They're celebrating. They just put you on the internet and they. Yes, I need to. There's just a second. The person. It's this person. This is the closest that I've seen. So this person is is they them, and he did a song called Charlie Kirk Dead at 31. It's just, this thing is just weird, So they've got this. They've got even a better picture. I saw another this person. This is the person. This person over here. Yes. So he was on some. They've gotten videos also of how he was walking. So here he was limping, going to the place. People suspect because maybe he had put the rifle across, over here. So yeah. So because after that he was seen running There's a lot of videos. So anyway, go to X. You'll find a lot of so there's a lot. These are people. It's not even the FBI doing it. The internet FBI. They've got. Even I believe they are saying that he had gone to one of Charlie's events and asked him a question. So there's a lot. Yeah, it's one name Soy Boys. Anyway, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. What you think about what these happenings there in America. And then, of course, what have I said? Have I said you like the video? Like the video. Okay? Until next time.